So I want to sort of not like sneak down, but I want to carefully walk down without making any kind of noise.
That might be a little challenging, actually, like a standard challenge because the floor is creaky.
So I have careful movements.
Sure,
I
train.
thought you said it was a carpet. How is that creaky?
The floorboards underneath are creaky.
So standard as in 2.
Yeah.
Yay, I succeed.
All right. Unless anybody else like rushes out of their rooms, you know.
I don't think anyone would rush, but slowly opening the door by.
Mm. Så let's say that Volkov made it down the stairs. And Bengt, vill du göra någonting särskilt?
Jag, försöker väl mestadels höra någonting som pågår runt omkring.
Ja, du hör att det är andra människor i huset, så folk rör sig. Ingen pratar, men det är liksom, de här väggarna är ju gipsväggar. Så du hör någon duns eller så.
Är det, blir jag orolig av det jag hör?
Nej, verkligen inte. Du känner dig som i en sommarstuga som precis vaknat för frukost. Liksom. Det här ljudet av vind genom skog som du har utanför fönstret är väldigt lugnande. Du känner inte det alls skjutat. Det är faktiskt väldigt lugn och trygg miljö.
Då, tar jag om jag kan bära allting som finns i rummet utan problem, då packar jag ihop och försöker gå ut därifrån.
Det finns en ryggsäck, men alltså du kan inte ta mobblarna, men det är som tillhör dig.
Ja.
Och du kommer ju, alltså det finns ju lite extra kläder i din garderob som du nog inte får plats med, men du kan ta ett par liksom.
Ja, men jag gör det.
Om ni inte har någonting emot så möts ni alla i hallen.
So we all simultaneously open the door, and we're like the opposite of the corridor, so it's like a mirror effect. We're like.
I wasn't planning on that, but if that's what you want. I was actually thinking that Torsten and Raphael open the doors that are opposite to each other. And they get to see each other.
You!
Like that.
What did you do?
I don't know what you're talking about. What did you do?
Search me, we'll find nothing.
So you exit your room, Margaret, and you see these two guys that seem to be a little bit, maybe have some animosity towards each other.
I raised my scope.
It's really up to you guys how much you recognize each other, because you've all three worked at the same facility for at least a month, so you might have seen each other.
How many women researcher are there at CERN? Is it like 50-50 or like 2?
Yeah, it's me and Anna.
I mean, there's a majority of men, but women aren't unusual, so it's not a huge sausage fest.
No, I'm just thinking because if it's like 5 women on CERN, then you sort of know them by the fact that they're the only 5 women. If there are like a decent amount of them, I probably wouldn't. If you don't stand out in any particular way.
No, actually, she's very good at not standing out.
Yeah, then no. Probably never noticed.
And I don't even have the lab coat on now because I have a leather jacket instead.
Yeah. What? You don't have that over your lab coat? Hard rock scientist.
Sonic glasses. Well, are you two chattering again with each other when I see you, or you're just staring silently, scornfully?
That depends on the amount of accusations I get from Raphael.
Jag antog att det som Raphael sa precis hände exakt när du öppnade dörren och såg de två.
So what did you do is what I hear, and then I did nothing.
What did you do?
Well, I think that I would go something like, I take it from my keen observation that none of you knows what's going on.
We're having a conversation. Of course we know what's going on.
Do you know how you got here? With the risk of sounding stupid.
I was dragged into the black hole. Other than that, I have no idea.
appears strange that on the other side of a black hole there would be a hostel.
Maybe
Oh
it
God!
leads to
Oh God!
Sweden.
Knowing the rules of recursions, I hope it's not the hostel. Dinner served.
Well, no, to be technical, I don't know exactly where we are. Or how we got here.
But you were
And
at CERN.
it's not my fault. whatever Raphael wants to say about it.
I think it would be quite a stunt to single-handedly achieve this scientific breakthrough. So I'm not arguing that. I mean, no disrespect, but you don't seem that brilliant. Again, I'm not a likable character.
I think Michael Volkov hears this from below the stairs. So he walked down into a living room, sort of decorated in an old style. I mean, there's a sofa that has wooden arms, sofa for two people, that has a wooden arm supports, so you can't really sleep on it. There's a fatoli, and both of those are centered around a sort of coffee table. There's a dinner table in the same room, along with a wooden, no, not it's skorsten, alltså en
Chimney.
yeah, chimney where you can light fire in the house indoors. Fireplace, I think it's the word I'm looking for actually.
Menar du typ en sån keramikugn eller en sån som vi har i Buster?
It's not something how you bust that.
Then it's a fireplace.
That's a fireplace. Det finns även
Place of fire.
Det finns även ett kök, modernt utrustat, med en kyl och mikro och en spis där nära. Annars så finns det ju en hall med en dörr som leder utåt. Och huset är inte särskilt stort. Dörren utåt har en glasruta och du kan se att det finns skog utanför. Du kan höra deras diskussioner från ovanvåningen.
Do I see signs of anyone having been here or anyone else?
No, det finns yttre kläder, yttre jackor, 4 stycken och 4 stycken skor. Men en av dem känner du igen som dina egna.
My LARP shoes!
I sigh and I go for the fridge to grab a food.
There's no processed foods in there. There's raw ingredients. And from what you gather here, it's going to be enough for one meal for 4 people.
Or 4 meals for one person, because I don't know how many people are upstairs.
That's true.
Because fuck those guys.
Once you open the fridge and get the smell and look of food, you realize you're starving. It feels like you haven't eaten anything ever.
Well, I take stock of what there is, and because I'm like, what I've been taught from my mom and her men. Always make sure that you're full before you have to run for your life. So I start making food.
Okay.
Your mom and her men, that didn't sound so good.
Well, men under her command, if you prefer.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Or worse, depending.
Depending on how long you guys argue, you start smelling. You hear somebody down there. It sounds like somebody's making food. And if you keep arguing for a while, it's going to start smelling like food as well.
I don't really argue. I'm...
There's someone downstairs. Must kill them.
Murderous player characters?
Maten.
Oh no!
No.
Must be the one who brought us here. Die, fiend! Ah!
Yes, because we don't need to know how to get back. No, but if we start hearing something...
Jag går ner till, ner för trappan.
Okej. Nedför trappan får du ju se en man. Bra tillfälle att Mike beskriver hur Volkov ser ut.
Let's try to remember how I look. Yeah, life and quite short of stature, blonde hair and a beard. Quite muscular. Mid-30s. if he has like his actual like LARP gear, he's probably wearing like leather armor and like a chainmail. And I think I would probably have my Zweihander leaning against the chair vid matbordet. Så det är typ den här jättestora tvåhandssvärd som bara lutar mot en stol.
Guys, there's a riddare i köket for your bacon and eggs.
So I look back and I look at Raphael. How does Raphael look like?
Rafael är typ 1,70, mellan 1,76 och 1,78 tror jag. Det ser ut ungefär så som på den bilden som kan ses på vad heter det? Ja. Ganska vad ska man säga, inte anemisk men mager liksom, inte så hög fetthalt. Inte speciellt muskulös heller. Mörka kläder.
Sorry.
Nej, fortsätt.
Yeah, you can probably see that Volkov sort of sizes you up. Like there's a pretty like noticeable look, and then he turns and he's like, and then he goes back to making food.
He has his priorities straight.
He's like, I could take him in a fight.
Well, I think the rest of us like comes down straight behind.
Precis innan Volkov liksom vänder sig för att titta på mig så får jag liksom reflexliknande oh shit. Men så eftersom han inte reagerar på något mer aggressivt sätt så slappnar Rafael av, men är ändå liksom så här lite på sin vakt och hälsar på jag antar engelska.
Jag tittar nog bak på er. Like, any clue where we are? As I'm probably chopping up whatever it is I'm chopping up.
So if any of you guys have any skills that would help you discern like where you are, like nature knowledge or architecture knowledge or stuff like that.
Survivalist training.
All right. Anybody else? Well, I know.
Deep thinker.
Deceiving, lies and trickery.
Yes.
If you want to lie about where we are, sure.
Unless cryptography can help me in some odd way, then no. I'm of no help.
So from the look you've had of the forest, I know that Margaret also has survival, right?
Yep.
So, but the both of you sort of know that this is probably a Scandinavian forest.
So we've been moved from middle of Europe to the northern end of Europe.
Yeah, it must be either Scandinavia or some part in Russia, or like the northern, no, not northern, but like Middle Britain, something like that.
So,
it's a little chilly outside still,
So I look out, like I look to you, like any of you have a clue where the hell we are or how we got here? Looking outside, we could be anywhere from, I don't know, northern Scandinavia. There are forests like this in Russia. Even some parts of the UK could probably fit the bill.
Vänta, jag har premonition. Så jag kan få reda på någon information om one random fact from a person or location that is pertinent to a topic you designate.
Cool.
Okay. How does that work?
He spends X amount of intellect points and he gets a premonition.
So what topic do you designate?
The location we're in, I guess. Eller? Så?
Ja, det låter rimligt. Det är ju det jag vill veta.
That's a neat power. Well, good on you for remembering.
Det här stället är 100% artificiellt. Här finns en eklektisk samling av arkitektur, rörelsehuser. När du kollar på tegelmuren så finns det tegelstenar som inte borde blandas om inte någon verkligen importerade varenda en lera från hela jorden. Växterna utanför fönstret brukar inte ses i samma sammanhang i naturliga områden. Så detta skulle kunna vara en botanisk trädgård till exempel där växterna är alla ditplanterade. Så samtidigt så någonting udda om hela det här huset. Förutom att den är alltså pristin, alltså ingen har någonsin liksom smutsat ner den eller så har de precis så är hazmat-utstädat den. Så känns den på något sätt off.
Jag förmedlar denna information till gruppen. Jag liksom säger att det här verkar inte riktigt vara den verklighet vi kommer ifrån.
That's an odd conclusion. But while I'm if there's like a window beyond where I'm cutting up vegetables or whatever it is I'm doing, if I can look out and just sort of confirm his view on the animal plant life, I'll go, huh.
It's mostly plant life.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like an agave plant, there's some blueberries, and there seems to be like a plant only native to Australia a little bit further off.
A cactus.
Something like that.
So we're in heaven or hell? I look at Raphael.
That irks Margaret a little bit. She doesn't believe in such triviality. You know, her scientific brain itches to sort of get her hands on whatever this mystery is.
I think I would overlook such a comment, though.
All
right. But I have a power called Sense Something Strange, but I'm not really sure how to apply it in a situation where we're not really familiar with the strange.
I mean, tell me what it does, or I look it up in the book.
You can sense whether creatures of an alternative recursion create creatures of the strange ciphers or the related phenomena are active in situations where their presence is not obvious. You must study an object or location closely for a minute to get a feel for the situation. But the only thing I can assume would be I would get the same assumption that this is not Earth.
You can definitely feel something very odd about the grenade and the scope you found. I mean, they seem to have, like the scope, it doesn't have any way to screw itself, I mean, like attach it to a gun, but it does seem to have some high technology electronics on where you'd expect the gun to be attached. And it just doesn't feel right. You know, for you, it feels very familiar, like sort of right. But you know that it feels completely different for everything else. This whole place feels a bit off. You pick up a little like alarm clock that's in the kitchen, probably for boiling eggs, and you look at it for a little bit, and you realize very quickly that there's no way to. I mean, it's an electronical alarm and it's working, but there's no slot for batteries. You'd think that maybe it's just hidden, but there's actually no way of pulling it apart. The whole exterior is a singular object, as if they molded the plastic, around the electronics inside.
This is not reusable.
Nope.
What a waste. Oh, well, we're obviously at a place where they don't recycle.
Well, I continue making the food, and I say, well, while I'm doing this, what if you could, I don't know, dress the table or some such?
Set the table, not dress the table.
Set the table, sorry.
You all realize as soon as, anything is being cooked in front of you that you're starving. I mean, so hungry you don't remember when you were the last time in your life.
I also, if we haven't already, I introduce myself as Raphael Lambert.
I just say Volkov.
Yeah, I think I probably would only say Megan, actually. I wouldn't pull the entire thing.
Post them. It's Dr. Megan.
Assistant Dr. Megan. No, I don't have my lab coat. Alright, so I tried to set the table.
Volkov, do you dress like that for special days, or are you dressing up?
I look at you as like, is that Are you trying to be funny?
Well, I mean, your style of clothing is not really what you see when you walk down the street.
Well, if you must know, I was at a LARP live action role playing off in the village of Techilin.
Oh, you came with the group. Did you come dressed in your LARP outfit?
No, I didn't.
Actually,
I-
you did. You told me that.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, fine. Apparently I did.
Well,
I
whatever
thought
clothes you had at that. No, fine, you can have your LARP equipment. Whatever. I'm confused.
yeah.
Sorry.
So
I'm puzzled.
yeah, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that was a bit. Yeah. Do any of you have a clue what the fuck the black hole sucky thingy and the yellow lights?
You have a
Well,
little
just
bit.
like if the naysayers were right, and CERN created a black hole that destroyed the planet.
What?
I say mockingly.
I hope they didn't.
You know what that was. I mean, you
Yeah,
have a lot of
I would probably lay out some nice science talk here, like just taking a step and go like, actually, and then try to explain what we were doing, but probably doing it at a degree that no one can follow.
Yeah. You know that was most likely caused by that guy, whatever he was doing, because that wasn't anything that you know how it's possible to be done.
I tried to find the picture I took of the screen on my
Hmm?
my phone.
It's still there.
Right? Then I would like ask if anyone around like the kitchen knows what it says on the computer.
Nobody has any. I mean, it looks like here. No, completely no clue.
There is a computer.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Ass-
not in here.
Alltså, Margaret visar bilden hon tog på den här terminalen i CERN av den här killen som försvann framför henne.
Okej. Vänta, det var en kille vid en terminal.
Japp, i CERN, i hennes scen.
Okej, och såg man vad som stod på terminalen?
Det är det jag har fotat.
Precis.
Okej.
Fan,
Det är
kan
massa
jag bort.
goda hieroglyfer.
Ja, det är ett språk som, alltså en alfabet som ni
Inte
inte
kan.
någonsin sett förut.
Jag ber om att få en kopia på bilden.
Well, then I need your phone number or something.
Yeah, there's no
Ni
connection.
har
just det.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Exactly. You can do it with Bluetooth, no problems.
All right.
Så det som är väldigt uppenbart för dig, Rafael, is that it's a command line interface. But unfortunately, I mean, those signs are not normal.
Ja. Min spontana tanke var att försöka göra någon form av så här kryptogrej på det. Alltså analysera och se om jag kan hitta några mönster.
Absolutely, but that will take you significant time and more processing power than you have in your phone, so you'll need to use your laptop.
Ja.
Hey, you have a cryptographer right beside you.
Hello.
I don't need his help.
I need a pen and paper and plenty of time.
Ja.
Så
Ja.
du vet antagligen att han kan kryptografi eftersom ni har varit...
Ja, jag föreslår att vi kanske ska slå våra kloka huvuden ihop och försöka se om vi kan ta reda på vad som står på terminalen.
Sure.
Men först så bör vi nog få i oss mat.
Yeah.
Is
Is
there
there
like,
running water?
Yes, there is running water. There's also electricity since you're using the oven.
I was just gonna ask if there is electricity, are there any switches anywhere?
Yeah.
I mean, since the egg timer didn't have a connection.
There are switches. They're nice, smooth, modern switches with this, but they're still like this old Scandinavian type with the flips.
Are there electrical outlets so that we could connect things to be charged?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I finish up the food and I present whatever it is I've made.
Let's say that it is. What would you like to have made?
I don't know, probably some kind of chicken dish, probably curry.
For breakfast?
You don't know what time of day it is. It's,
Oh, that's true.
but you are starving enough to eat like a steak dinner by yourself.
Well, I guess we sit down and we feast on this little chicken.
Yep. This is basically all the food that there was in the fridge, by the way.
Yes, but we can drink as much water as we want.
That's true.
So I guess after this, I look outside. Was there any kind of sun or moon or any kind of?
I think it was so foggy we can't really tell.
No, it's
Or-
not foggy outside. There's perfect lighting everywhere, but there's no source of the light. I mean, that's very upsetting to you. There's not a single. Once you're outside of the house, where the source of light aren't obvious, like the windows, there's no shadows. I mean, you can literally put your hand like this far above the ground, and there's no shadow. It just seems to be like ambient light everywhere. The
Oh,
sky
that's
is
a-
covered with this gradient color, so you can't see a single star, any moon, or anything like that.
Is there ambient light here too?
What do you mean,
Or-
inside of the house?
Yeah.
No, the light is coming through the windows.
Okay, so there are shadows in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we eat, and then I say, well, I'm gonna go out and look around.
Do you do anything during dinner? I mean, you're so starving. It's probably 5 minutes of silence because you're just shoveling the food into your mouths. It's do you want to roll to see how tasty it is, or do you have some cooking skill? I mean, do you know how to cook?
No, I don't have any actual skill for cooking.
All right. No, but I mean like a character background or something. So I'd say since you don't have any sort of traits, it's a rudimentary dish. It's like
Yeah.
you memorize the recipe.
My on and off again girlfriend is of Indian descent, so
It might be awesome, but it lacks the soul in it, the recipe.
sure.
We don't really taste anything anyway. We're too busy shoving it,
Yeah.
drinking lots of water.
Well, before I go outside, we should probably see what's inside.
I forgot to say that there's a bathroom on this floor.
I don't. We might not have found it yet. Yes.
But there's a door underneath the stairs which leads to a decent bathroom where there's a bathtub, toilet, 4 toothbrushes.
That's so weird.
Well, I want to basically check through the house, investigate the room, see what's in there, if there's anything useful or, well, basically what's around.
All right, so give me an intellect roll.
I'm trained in perception.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that will be good. Are you looking on the outside of the house or just the inside?
Starting with the inside
All right.
before I even go outside the door.
Give me a roll then on perception, sure. So -1 difficulty.
I'm excellent.
Well, you can re-roll if you want to spend an XP.
That's true.
That's not as fun.
No. Is that a free GM intrusion I get?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna keep that in mind. There's nothing particularly dangerous or threatening about the situation, so I'm just gonna keep that free GM intrusion for a little later.
Yeah, sure. So, what do I find?
So
I'm guessing I don't spontaneously go blind. So there's a bunch of rooms and whatnot in them.
there is a bunch of rooms. I mean, this is a standard house with everything that you would need to survive in it for an extended period of time, besides food.
Except food. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a summer cottage or something with 2 stories, so the person must have been well off. I mean, it's obviously newly constructed. Everything is pristine. But it does have this sort of distinct sort of old style to it, which seems a little bit like a contradiction. I mean, all of the rooms seem pretty identical, besides the personalized touches. Like there's a couple of pictures, there's different clothes in the wardrobes. Some people have computers, some people have a huge sword on the wall for whatever fucking reason, or at least a mounting place since the sword was removed.
By the way, how many rooms are there on the top floor? 4?
There's 4 rooms in the hallway.
Mhm.
And on the bottom floor, there's the kitchen, there's the dining and / living room. There's no TV. And then there's the bathroom underneath the stairs. And everything is, sort of like finely decorated. Just can't put your finger on why this place feels so wrong. It's just like off.
That's always feels like that.
I know that you have a skill, or did you not take it? The investigate scene thing?
I have lab analysis.
I sort of thought you could have used this for this situation, but maybe it's just a standard intellect roll, just looking around the house and trying to figure out what's off with it. I know that Patrick rolled that, but he didn't roll particularly well.
No, well, I can also roll to investigate, but like more of a scientist approach to it.
Mhm.
Because I would probably feel like, okay, something put us here. It feels at least like that. Something put us here. It was decent enough to give us food for like one time, and toothbrushes and shoes and individual rooms. But since there's only food for one time, they want us to leave the house. So is it like a mouse maze? Are we being like are we like the vad heter det, experiment? And in that case, what is the common thing about the 4 of us?
That's actually probably something you probably should discuss at the dinner table.
Yeah, I
Would you not-
probably would, but
That's a very good deduction also.
so I would probably go ask people at the table, like, why were you at CERN? What do you do? What, like, where are you from? Trying to like see if we have anything in common,
Mhm.
except for being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I just say I was there because we were offered an opportunity to go check out CERN since there was trouble at the LARP. All the people in charge got sick, and as a apology, he said they would offer us an opportunity to check out CERN. And since my friends wanted to go, I joined them.
I mentioned that I work at CERN as a security consultant.
I looked at Colston.
I'm a glorified vaktmästare.
That's a lie.
Janitor.
No. Yeah, it is, but I'm really good at making those.
So
I mean, sure, there's one person here who knows for a fact that that's a lie.
So do you guys want to roll to see if you can see past his lie? I mean,
Well,
you don't need to
if,
roll, so you know.
if they were talking about him knowing cryptography, I don't think that's necessary.
You did mention that you're gonna start decrypting this alien language.
Yeah, and I'm like,
It's
yeah.
like, are you really a janitor?
I call his
What a
bluff.
waste of talent.
I call his bluff, and I mentioned that he is what he actually does.
Okay, so Zol goes like, "Ha, Torsten, you're a dick." I've been following his career for like several years. He's a renowned con man, infamous rather.
I resent that. I am an artiste in my field. Simple con man, my ass. Okay, fine. I was there to acquire a few things from CERN. It's not like they
What?
don't have the money to, they can replace it.
What were you taking?
Oh, just, stuff.
Knickknacks.
Knickknacks.
Nothing important.
I mentioned that I saw him enter the room where the actual computer was located.
I mean, you guys have several quantum computers, right?
I think I get so upset that I like storm from the table and like walk around the house a bit, like oh my fucking god! Like,
If you hadn't seen the guy that was entering those commands in that cryptic console, you'd probably be certain by this that he caused the accident.
yeah, I know, but I don't think he helped. I don't know if what he did actually prevented the dude from doing worse, but I'm still just a bit upset.
So you're just shouting at him, or?
No, I'm not shouting at him. I'm leaving the table. Like I'm probably make like one big sound of like frustration, and then I leave the table. I walk around a bit, and then I come back because if I haven't finished my meal, I'm probably still hungry.
So that happens. It's very off.
Then I go back down. So we have a thief. We have a actor and a security person.
And you are a scientist.
But well, yes.
The technobabble.
Well, yes, but then what are we missing? Like, what is the connection?
Well, you were at CERN, obviously.
Yeah, I know, but that's too simple. I have to complicate it a bit.
By the way, do we see Torsten's hands, or is one of them still invisible?
No, all of them are visible, and I mentioned it to Torsten when he woke up that his hands are back. Or
Okay.
Well, right before things started going bad, I heard this really strange sound. Cue Game Master.
Yeah, I don't think we get to hear it in this world, though.
You don't, but I just felt like playing it again.
Sounded like
that.
Yeah, like that.
I also heard that, but I wasn't alone. Everyone I was with heard it and freaked out.
Well, I don't know anything more weird. I got zapped by yellow lightning.
You recognize that, Raphael. You also got zapped by the yellow lightning.
Yeah, I mentioned that. And the sound.
And, everybody that's seen that ripped in reality, I mean, it was yellow on the edges.
Mm.
So, yeah, I don't know. By the way, since you're a scientist, maybe you can answer this. Is your quantum computer actually supposed to be at 2 points at the same time?
That's pretty much the definition of quantum at some point. Not like literally, but quantum particles can be quantum locked, meaning that they're identical, the opposites of each other, on sides of the quantum lock.
Are you trying to be funny?
No, screw it, I don't even know where I am. Maybe this isn't even real. Maybe I'm in prison and I'm under drugs or something. Who cares? But when I pulled out that quantum computer and put it down in my bag, it was still there. And
in
while
your bag?
No, in the socket. And the one in my bag was working like it was still plugged in, even though I cut the power and pulled it out. And I couldn't even touch the one still sitting there. And when I tried to, the sound happened.
I'm being attacked.
Oh no, kitten poo.
I think I would probably become a little bit more like...
So basically what he's describing is quantum experiments you can do on microscopic level, like only touching like one single quark.
I think I go like, oh my god, we redo that, or like, it's like, damn it, we can't, we're here.
Yeah. So what you gather from her technobabble is that, yeah, I mean, in theory, that's possible, but that's not supposed to happen. Like, because then things would fall apart, like reality.
So you mean that by accident you have just achieved quantum physics? On a large scale.
Some people are just that good, I guess.
I look at Torsten and say, that's maybe not the word I would use.
Hey, come on. I depowered and pulled out a processor. Nothing's supposed to happen when you just pull out the processor.
Well, I'm not blaming you for this situation. It's just...
Well, I am a bit.
Well, no, my money is on the weird teleporting guy.
Weird teleporting guy?
The person who left the markings on the console. There was a man typing there, and when I called him to like identify himself, he pressed something and just vanished in front of my eyes.
What did he look like?
He was bald and in a lab coat. I
So
mostly
he-
saw him from behind.
So he was working at CERN.
Well, apparently you don't have to actually work at CERN to get in and do shit.
I spent like a month just to set this up.
Well, I didn't recognize him. I'm not sure I would have recognized you.
That's a good point.
Well, his little doohickey sounds, convenient. Teleportation. I didn't even know that sort of happened.
I also mentioned that I show my 3 strange items that I have on me from when I woke up.
What was it you had? Like, it was a goop bag, wasn't it?
I have a bottle of goo, some strange application on my phone, and what more was it? A box with 2 Mentos, or Mento.
I mean, once you see those items, you realize that there's something odd about them. Like they're more real.
Can I see them?
Sure.
I don't know. Do I explode now because I suddenly have 4 ciphers? Fuck.
No, it's fine. It's not exactly how it works
All right. Well,
right now.
because since I have both strange identifying abilities from being strange and being a cipher, I'm actually specialized in identifying and understanding ciphers. So I thought I would like to have a go in trying to come up with what everyone actually has.
Absolutely. Ni kan ju ge Emily, alltså det tar typ en timme att kolla på en cipher och försöka liksom undersöka vad den gör, skulle jag säga. Men du kan ju försöka ändå. Vad sa du? Sa du någonting?
My suggestion was make her roll once at the highest level, because otherwise she's gonna have to roll like 8 times.
Well, just roll a dice, and we'll add 2 different sort of like successes to that roll, and we'll see which level ciphers she deciphers.
So I should also only roll a d20.
Yeah.
All right. Aw, that wasn't much.
So
But a lot of mine wasn't that high.
so that's a level 3. Every cipher of level 3 or lower, you can decide what to do.
That's none of mine.
None of mine neither.
Level 3 or below.
Yeah.
Haha, my scope.
Patrick?
Yeah, my glasses and app was like level 1. Oh wait, I rolled a 1. Yeah, no, it was just level 1.
Okay, so I can decipher what these 3 items do.
Okay, so let's see. Your sniper scope, it's not surprisingly, it's a sniper module that will attach to any sort of ranged weapon. And it seems to be running on batteries, so it will run out. I mean, the only thing it's good for is for extending the weapon's range. But I mean, it does use technology that you're not quite familiar with. It's like it's using nanobots or something to weld with the weapon. So it's way beyond, our level of understanding. So unfortunately, you don't manage to figure out more than the one scope that you have.
All right, well, I say, I think this is what it does, but I need more time if I'm gonna figure out anything else.
Absolutely.
Well,
I mean, the quickest way is for one of us to actually eat one of these bentos and see what happens, but...
Adam,
Yeah.
finns det någon så här exit i byggnaden?
Ja, det finns en vanlig utgång med en hall, med en hatthylla och en skohylla eller jag vet inte vad.
Finns det en källare eller vind?
Inte tillgänglig från huset vad ni vet. Alltså ni hittar ingen tillgång och ni har inte varit utanför ännu.
Okay.
Well, I head on to put on my shoes and head on out because I want to check out the surroundings.
Yeah, we should probably stick together.
Probably a good idea.
And, we need to locate food because otherwise we're just gonna starve to death. So, let's all head out, I guess.
I bring my Zweihander just in case.
What are you hunting with that?
Well, it's not for hunting, it's more for I don't know what.
All right. So you open the main door, you get dressed, and you open the main door just to discover a small family of boars right outside the door. De här små gulliga kultingarna liksom använder sitt minne för att försöka hitta mat. Likväl deras mössa som kollar bara upp and just lets out the most terrifying squeal that lets the kultingar running from the house as that mother charges you. And that's a game intrusion.
Well, I rolled a natural 20.
Ja. Patrik rullar en 9, vilket är precis vad han ska ha. Zol rullar en 12, vilket är över, och Emily rullar en 5.
Mike is obviously cheating.
Who gets the GM intrusion?
That's Patrick. But nobody, because he got rolled a 1.
Ah, so you're using free...
Okay. Well, I think I was first out.
Do we dare to let her out?
Sure.
Because I think that's what she wants.
So, I don't know, as a part of my major effect, could I draw up my sword in one movement and try and slash at it?
No problem.
Cool. So it's a difficulty 3 unless it has +2 defense.
It's a small creature, so it has a difficulty 4 speed defense.
Yeah.
And you don't get major effects on initiative rolls, but never mind.
Yeah, but just sort of...
Sure.
So I use effort and I use a speed medium attack with my Zweihander. Oh, and wow. I rolled a 2, so I fail.
What did you do?
He charged the pig with his two-handed sword out of nowhere. And he failed, actually. The pig managed to jump out of his way because it's a very small, agile creature.
Yeah, I don't think it's that easy to charge someone with a two-hand sword.
Mm-hmm. So next up is Zol, actually.
Jag har en light handgun, eller hur?
Nej, alltså om du har det i din starting equipment, then you have it on you right now, if you want. I mean, you've got it in this place.
Ja, nej, men jag går bara fram och sparkar på den eller något.
Pig!
Yeah, so du gör 2 skada.
Woohoo!
Well done.
Cool. Yeah, you grazed that pig. She's bleeding.
Nej, nu får jag dåligt samvete.
Sorry, she
Pig
squealed.
is trying to kill you, so...
But she's protecting her babies. The babies will die without her.
No, they'll survive and they'll
Men
become
vi
like
behöver mat.
asshole pigs.
I see next scene like grilling the pig.
Well, Patrick, it
Yep.
is a you.
It's me. Yeah, I pulled my gun and I shoot at it.
Gun?
Yep.
A gun.
Well, shoot at it.
Yeah, it's a medium gun, so I don't get any bonuses. Difficulty 4.
3. Oh
3.
shit! It was 4.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I
wait,
can
Can
use.
she dodge bullets?
That doesn't
That
really
would be
matter.
one fast pig.
No, it's 4. It's difficulty 4.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's close range, so if it moves a bit out of the way, you know. hard to hit.
And then I just press the roll thingy next to speed or might or.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter unless you're using effort.
Okay, nope. Woohoo!
Oh,
Plus 4 damage.
That
Yeah.
pig is dead.
So I do 8 damage for 4 plus 4.
Unless you want to knock it down or stun it or impair it.
No, you don't want to do that.
Okay.
No.
It's dead.
Oh, okay.
So basically, like you two guys like charge the pig. So this is how the scene plays out. You open this door and you started a mother pig, a mother boar with her small children. They run off. She charges at you, and it was like instantly. Your reaction is to like grab the nearest thing possible and like bash it. In Mike's case, it's a fucking sword. It's like Zol just grabs, like looks around and grabs a stick and just like hits it with it, and actually hits better than the guy with the sword. And then, Torsten goes like, "You all need Jesus," picks up a handgun, like shoots it in the head, and it just like falls on the ground, dead.
And I go like, what? I have no connection with you guys. Why would they put me in this group?
Well,
I
now,
casually put the gun back.
now we have food for another few hours.
Hours. It takes a few hours to make this into food.
You two, the two of you that have survival, know that if you want to make this food, you need to take action immediately, because potential food from a dead animal very soon becomes a maggot-infested rotting carcass if not taken care of.
Yeah, I start working on bringing it in.
So this is a completely what the fuck situation, It's like this pig just charges at you out of nowhere. And, as soon as you guys... First of all, one of you has a gun and just shot it.
Yeah.
Then the big Russian just sort of shrugs,
Oh,
starts
right.
dragging it in and talking about gutting the pig and draining the blood and stuff like that. And, you get it, but it's just so surreal.
I'm still working on the premises that someone is like experimenting on us, and I go like, oh, I really hope they weren't testing our sense of like compassion.
And empathy.
Well,
I feel like I need to take a moment, because I feel I get bad conscience for hurting the animal. So I go inside and sit down with my laptop and try to gather myself while looking at this image from the teleporting guy.
yep, that makes perfect sense.
I'm just happy no one's like, what the fuck, gun? So I'm just gonna act like nothing.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm probably gonna help you with the boar. You probably need some slight help, like moving that shit around.
I think I'm actually sitting down on the like step, assuming that we are allowed to keep the door open so I can hear what you're doing on the inside. But I feel like I need some fresh air.
so
This is out.
as you're helping me, I'm like, so, a Barrett. Not often you see that kind of gun in Switzerland.
I picked it up in France.
Handguns aren't legal there either, as far as I know.
Well, it depends on who uses them.
No, it's French in USA.
Well, I think we already established my less than savory reputation, so
Indeed.
if it makes you feel any better, I really don't use it much outside the shooting gallery.
Fair enough.
So much better.
Sometimes you need to shoot a few warning shots.
Hey, I'm just a disembodied voice. You don't need to explain yourself to me.
Well, at least you seem to know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Apparently.
You seem pretty well versed in that sword too.
Well, practice for my role.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Bullshit. No.
Well, I work on preserving whatever foodstuffs we can get out of this. I spend a lot of time trying to get the bullet out because that's not going to be pleasant to eat.
Oh, I think that level 20 shot right straight through the face and out the other end. It died instantly, no pain, and the bullet is gone. I'm not even here. I'm sitting at the porch, but
It's almost like humanitarian food, or like well-treated animal that get to live its life in the wild, and the avlivandet eller morden på den var helt like smärtfri.
Well, I act
Lucky
basically
shot.
as a nurse to what's his name? The
Volkov.
Volkov. It's like, okay, here's a knife. I'm gonna wash this off. Here's a fork. I don't know, whatever you sort of need to like cut and like hold this piece of rib. Sure, while you cut. And here's a saw. Here's a hammer. Because boars, they're big.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
you work in a butcher shop at one point because this, most people can't do this.
oh no, my mom thought it was a useful skill.
Getting food from boars.
Well, animals in general.
Oh. Live in the country then.
No, I live in London. I have a small dance studio. I'm a
Do
professional
a lot of
dancer.
hunting there.
Just gets me fucking every time.
Jack the Ripper?
What? No. Oh no. These skills I picked up when I was like a teenager. My mom would send me off with her troops, and I would pick up some
Her
random skills.
troops,
Yeah.
but like acting troops.
No, military troops.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting childhood.
Yeah, it was fun.
Slump.
Yeah, sort of.
So, and even in this situation, you thank God that you have a working freezer with electricity.
Yeah. Well, it's nice we have a freezer. Last time I had to do this, it was in desert in Africa.
You had to smoke the meat.
Yeah, smoking meat is never fun.
No, well, we would have to fill this house with smoke, I guess. That'd be bad.
Well, you
Speaking of which, where do we get the electricity from? And the water?
I don't know, man. This place is just very weird.
I tried to look in my phone and see if there are any numbers there.
Sorry, numbers?
Yeah, like, is the phone different somehow than before?
Well, the new app is there, but besides, it has the exact same data that it had before.
Okay. And no new other features, like special communications protocols or something.
Like
Nope.
red tooth.
Yes.
No, it's just that one new app, which is sort of scary.
Okay.
Speaking of that electricity thing, yeah, I guess you could take a look around the house and see where all the cables go or something.
I should find the prop scope.
Yeah, exactly. And you haven't had a proper look outside of the house either.
No, we were abruptly stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sitting at the porch or whatever we want to call it. So, is there anything interesting I can see from there?
Not from where you're sitting, no.
Alright, because if I, when I've collected myself from the horrible experience, I might get up and start, taking a few steps, still wanting to be close to the door in case shit gets real, but trying to, how does the ceiling look? Do we have a parabol? The roof.
Oh, the roof. No, the house is white and the roof shingles are red, like ceramic. There's a shed on the side of the house. It's attached to the side of the house. It's really just like a part of the building, but it doesn't have any doors from the inside, so it's only accessible from the outside.
Now the question is, am I dumb enough to go there by myself?
It's just on the side of the house.
Yeah, well, I might approach it slowly, trying to figure out if it seemed dangerous or if it's just going to be a lawnmower in there.
Actually, surprisingly, this shed seems fairly used. Like it's dirty. There's dirt on the door. It's just sort of like you expect a shed to be, sort of run down, and you don't really want to be there because there's going to be a spider web when something's going to fall in your hair. It's just nah.
Is it like having a lock on the outside, or?
No, it doesn't have any lock. It's
So
just a door that's sort of the paint is sort of coming off the door. There's nothing.
I think I would actually like try and open it, but not really go in since it seems icky.
It's the size of it's like enough just for the person to sort of like step in and not fully go in, probably. But you open the door, and there's shed stuff. There's there's a bear trap that I think stands out the most. There are some rakes. There's a lawnmower, like a hand lawnmower. There's an axe. There's a shovel. It's like most garden stuff that you find, like a hose, like extension cord.
All right. Well, not that interesting in that case.
Do you continue walking around the house?
I probably do. When I step back and I close the door to the shed, I probably am so much like brave from my disconnecting to the door. I would like take a lap around the house.
Well, there's a what's it called? Conducting station, like an elskop på baksidan av huset. It seems to be like there's cables going out of the walls going into this elskop, and there's a thick one. It's like going into the ground.
But nothing strange otherwise.
Well, no, it's an elskop. You've seen many like it. People usually don't pay attention, but you're a little strange.
I mostly meant if there was something else strange on the back of the house.
No, there's nothing strange else on the back of the house besides the elskop.
And it's like the same sort of forest all around. There is like no road.
Nope, no roads. It's forest all over the place.
That's weird. Where would I park my car? Or how would I get my car here?
It's actually a pretty dense forest. I mean, one thing that you easily deduce is like, how the fuck did they build this house here without turning off any trees?
And it's like 2 stories. It's 2 stories high, and the trees are higher.
The trees are taller. Yeah.
Oh, so we didn't see above the trees when
No.
we were. But there should be a way to go up on the roof. Were there a ladder in the shed?
Sure. Let's say there's a ladder on the shed.
Because then I would probably go back and fetch the ladder and try to put it on I want to climb the roof.
All by yourself on the side of the house.
I might actually call into the house and ask can someone come and hold the ladder?
I am probably like elbow deep in blood, so
I go out and help with the ladder.
Yeah. All right. So you walk out also the side of the house, and there's forest all over the place. It's spring, early spring. No, actually, it's not early spring. It's sort of starting to be fall, like a little bit like it's now. I mean, the leaves are falling from the trees. And
This happened in a few hours.
no, I mean, I completely forgot to tell you what sort of time of the year it is once you've arrived here. So it's always been fall once you arrived here. I just forgot to mention it.
Which is weird in that case if we saw flowers and stuff.
I thought, oh, growing outside?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Well, a botanian garden don't need to have flowers though.
Apparently there is some kind of strange time distortion effects going on.
You mentioned that to Megan as you help her with the ladder.
Well, hopefully it doesn't mean that the time inside the house goes slower than outside of the house, because that's pretty weird.
You catch yourself having very science fiction thoughts.
Huh?
You realize what you think is pure fiction. Or it could be possible to have a localized time displacement, but that would be as silly as opening a wormhole in the middle of CERN.
I think I've reopened my span of thinking of strange things. Right. Well, I try to climb up on the roof, on top of the roof.
So what you can do is that you can climb up on the first part. The below floor is a little bit bigger than the above floor, so there's a bit of a roof on it. So you can climb up on there, and then you can probably climb up I mean, there's probably like
Well, if it's like a proper house, there would be a way for like the chimney man to go to the chimney. So like I'm hoping that it's a proper house that way. But
yeah, I'm
you
sort of
never know.
imagining that there's this little like steps on the side of the second floor, which you can just take to the roof.
All right. Then I'm climbing up to the roof and like holding onto the chimney in the hope of seeing anything like over the treetops. I can even use my little scope to see if I can see anything in the distance.
All right, you're just barely over the treetops. These trees seems to be fairly old. But you just like grab the chimney and use your scope to look around, and it's not that much. It's forest. There's not even a single hill. It's all super even, all around the horizon. And the sky is creepy. It's perfect overcast. There's just one huge even cloud all over the place. But yet it's not particularly dark. You could still probably tell that it's the middle of the day.